Yo guys, what is up? This is neuicon, and I want to welcome you back to the channel and let you guys in on some good shit that's been going on. I recently got into a game that I had been interested in since back in 2010. It is called Legends of Kalidasia, and it's created by a dude I've kind of followed since back in about 2008 when I got started with the wargame community. As far as YouTube goes and all that shit, and that was way back. I mean, like, we're talking, like I said, 2008, 2009, with the WarTube forums and all that stuff. But I followed his site called Tabletop Battlefield. He had a podcast and all sorts of shit. Really cool stuff. And he ended up creating a space combat game, which is on a fleet level. Excuse me. And I had downloaded the quick start. I read it. I thought it was cool, and then I purchased the I guess like the print and play version, which I really liked as well, but never got to play it. And this was in 2011. Kind of stayed dormant. I was doing my own thing, and then you guys know I'm doing a lot of the Crush Pop stuff now, so I don't really have time to pay attention to a lot of other stuff. I've kicked a lot of games to the curb. There's a lot of shit that I'm not playing anymore, and there's just very few that I do play when I get the chance. So like Resolution is one of them, 100 Kingdoms is another, and I'm beginning already to put everything together for Gormageddon, which is my post-apoc miniatures game. And actually you can see two of the gangs that I've put back together for use in that game. But yeah, so I started off with the I guess the deluxe version of his game. I will admit the production value is not that amazing. It is, I mean, the guy has created this game 100% on his own, so big kudos to that. I know what that's like. You know, Crush Pop is, or I mean, it was originally a group of people, but you know, nowadays it is literally 100% me. So I know how hard it is to put stuff together on your own. And to be really honest with you, like, I guess some people would consider a lot of the artwork kind of hokey and kind of cheesy, but that's me. I love cheese. I love, and I just love self-produced stuff like this, you know? And it is a very cool game. It is a very good system. I've already played full games, 2 full games of Legends of Kalidasia, and really enjoyed it. It's really good. But so this is the core set. I purchased this one. And it came with quite a lot of things. It came with 2 rule books, one for the Admiral Rules Pack, which was a add-on, and the core rule book, as well as 72 cards, unit cards and upgrade cards and all that stuff, as well as over 100 unit tokens. So you get a lot of tokens. Excuse me, you get tokens for your fighter wings, tokens for your frigates, your battle cruisers, and all that other stuff. And then it also came with 4 models, and those models I put together. I played my first game and then decided to go ahead and purchase 2 fleet boxes. But I'm going to show you what those miniatures look like. These are the main 2 factions in the game are known as the Heragul Empire and the Surakari. Now the Heragul are actually my favorite. They're very these guys are like dragon-looking aliens, and the Surakari are insects, or insectoid-looking dudes. And the Heragul are running the shit. They're running the galaxy, doing their thing, and along come the fucking Surakari and just like straight up start an invasion type of attack, and it catches them off guard, and now we have this crazy war going on between those two. However, as the game progressed, he ended up releasing a third faction, a third big player called the Koilith Guard. As far as I know, there's only 1 miniature available for that range. However, there are tokens and stuff like that. There's like a whole fleet package for them, so if you want to play using those guys, you can do that as well. And I just can't wait to get my hands on those, because the ship designs on a lot of those look really fucking cool. So yeah, as of right now, it's just the Heragul and Surakari. So let me show you. These are the Heragul Empire ships that came in the 2-player starter box. This is the destroyer, but however, this is the I put together the It is called, because it is a variant of the destroyer, it is known as the Seeking Missile Destroyer. Let's see if I can get this to focus. There we go. Man, I don't know why it's not focusing as good as it should. Okay. So the bases, the way the bases work, you're actually supposed to stick your token on the base. Let me show you what the tokens look like. So for example, and these are the colors. I'm not a big fan of the regular color scheme, but so like this one here would get placed under or on top, however you want to stick it. And the green and red are for arcs. They are arcs, basically. I didn't like that. I mean, it doesn't really play that big of a role, especially considering all I got to do is use a marker to line it up and put those lines in there myself, which is what I did. So this one here is the frigate, and this is the standard frigate for the Heragul. So I can get that. There we go. And again, another look at the destroyer, which is my favorite ship in the game thus far. It just looks so fucking cool. Look at that. Sweet. So that is the Heragul, and let me now show you the Surakari ships. And I went with two separate colors, however they're kind of like in opposite. I went with this blue, ultramarine blue, and I washed it with, oh man, where is it? I washed it with Drakenhof Nightshade, and then the red areas are Doombolt Brown. There you go. And those are the colors. So this is the destroyer for the Surakari. Oh man. I'm really sorry that it's not focusing as good as it should. And here is the frigate. And this is the standard frigate. There is a variant, but that didn't come with the the core box set. It actually came with the combat force box, which I will actually be opening now. So first though, I'm going to look at the Heragul box. So this one comes with a battle cruiser, which is the ship I'm really looking forward to because that one looks really fucking cool. It comes with 2 destroyers and 3 frigates. So that is just, I mean, 8 ships, that's a lot. Now in this game, because it's fleet, the majority of the ships are on tokens, and I'm talking about fighters. So a lot of the fighters, because they're so tiny, I guess just couldn't be represented in miniature form, or I guess it's a little too tedious, so it's easier to just make them tokens, which I don't have a problem with. Today was actually, and I mean tonight, it is like almost midnight now, but earlier today I actually had my first game of Legends of Kalidasia with fighter tokens. The first game I did was only 2-on-2 ships. It was just the ships from the starter set. I barely won that game. I played against the wife and barely won that game. It was a real slugfest. And in today's game with the fighters, the fighter squadrons, I got my ass handed to me. It was just really brutal. I played as Heragul, my wife played as the Surakari, and she just tore me to shreds, man. It was crazy. But good game overall, I really liked it. So yeah, let's open it up. Okay, so yeah, so this thing comes with flight stands and the figures. And as far as I know, it does not come with the cards and stuff like that. That comes in the fleet packs, which I think are $5, which is not bad considering you get all the tokens and the stat cards and stuff like that for for that race or faction. So let me go ahead and open this. Put the ships down. There are a lot of pieces. And all right, last one. Yep. Okay, so first things first. This is a destroyer. In here are the flight stands. I actually dig the flight stands for this game. Especially considering that, since I don't put anything, since I don't put the tokens or anything on them, it shows right through and can show the battle mat just fine, and doesn't really hinder the arcs on the figure. Here is the sheet on how to build your ships. He kind of color-coded everything so you know what's what. And on the back. So that's kind of cool. And another sheet of paper. And this is for the Heragul AA frigate. So, alright, cool. So here is the destroyer. This is in resin. And I do believe we get a second one. So let's see where that one is. There it is. Here are the weapons for the destroyers. Those are in metal. Next are the frigates. And these are in metal. I believe this is it. Yeah. Okay. And as far as I know, these were 3D sculpted. One thing that's really cool, by the way, that I did not mention yet, is that Jason, the creator, also put up the files, the 3D files for every one of these models on his website. So what that essentially means is that you can go on that website, download the 3D models. This is the third frigate. I forgot it came with 3. You can download those models and upload them to Shapeways. You can alter them as you like and stuff like that. There's a Creative Commons license attached to them, and you can print them out on your own if you have your own printer, or if you want to print them out on something like Shapeways, which is really, really generous. So here is the last one, and the one that I was really looking forward to, and it didn't disappoint because this ship looks badass. This is the battle cruiser. That's a big ship, yo. Compared to something like the destroyer. That ship is awesome. And this is also resin. So let's go with this bad boy. And I do believe it is this one. Okay, next is the Surakari Combat Force. And this one has 2 upgrade kits for both the plasma missile boat and the anti-missile frigate. Both are upgrades for the frigate. So let's see, we get 1 battle cruiser, 2 destroyers, and 3 rather frigates. And these are actually the colors for them as well, which I'm also kind of not a fan of. Alright, let's get all these out. There's a lot more in this box. Alright, same thing as before. We get sheets for building our ships. And here we have all the box contents and build info. And I think that this one is for the upgrades. Yeah, this is it's a sheet with information on the frigate variations. So, pretty cool. Alright. As usual, flight stands. And there's something else in there, let's see. Oh, I think these are going to be for the frigate variations. Pretty cool. And alright, so here we have 2 destroyers. Let's see if this is the 3rd one. Don't think so. This is the frigate. Starting to sound like a frog, man. Right, here's the 2nd one, and this one comes with 3 frigates. So I'm actually probably going to be building the variations for it. 2, so I'll do like the prime configuration, so the standard frigate, and then I'll do 1 of each. So 1 plasma missile boat and 1 anti-missile. And an anti-missile I think would be really useful, considering when I was playing, I made use of the missiles on this bad boy quite a bit. I was popping off missiles like every turn, and it was really annoying. It became kind of a big pest to my wife, who was like, "Stop already." But yeah, she really likes the Surakari, so I mean that's kind of a win-win. I really like the Heragul, and she really ended up liking the Surakari, so she knows the force that she'll be collecting now. And I do plan on probably picking up a couple more items from this range, because like I said, it's really cool, and I really don't mind supporting Jason and his creation, because this game, it's really good. It's really thought out well. There's a lot of lore, there's a lot of background, it's really deep, and I'm a big sucker for fluff. And the production is really well done. Like I said, it's a little hokey, but then again, I really don't mind. So, you know, here's the cruiser for the Surakari. That is a big ship. Bottom. So really cool. So here we have the 2 destroyers. This is what they look like unpainted. And here are the frigates again. Just straighten this out a bit. I might go with a little different color scheme on these than the ones here. Like I might actually do a base coat of blue with the reverse of the Doombull brown on that one. We'll see. But there you go. Let me show you really quick some of the cards. Turning in this game is pretty unique. You get these turn cards, and how you determine a turn is based on the... Let me pull the flight stand off here. So you have your ship, and depending on its turn profile, you can execute a turn. So you line it up with the X, you line up the green line with the X just like that in the center, and if you have a turn profile of B, for example, you would thus turn the ship, you know, left or right, and turn it so that the green line matches the the turn on the profile card. And then once you're done with doing that, you get to perform a shift, which is starting either here or here and moving up to that line right there. So pretty rad. And with the updated rules, you are now allowed to turn prior, during, or after your move, which is also really cool. That is a big help. It's not as restrictive as, you know, you have to move, or you have to turn and then move, or you have to move and then turn. Yeah, so this is a ship profile card. Here's the back, and this one doesn't have a back because it came in the starter box as a cutout. So here you have the information for the ship up here at the top, just the name of the ship. Here you have its standard move, and then its full move, and its turn profile. So like I said, the B, you would just be able to turn up to the B. You have armor banks, and there's very intelligent active armor on these ships, so you can actually switch between these two armor banks when you're taking damage. And then every time you hit a red as you're taking damage, it's a left to right, top down type of thing with the damage. Every time you hit a red, that's one critical hit. And for every critical hit at the end of the turn, you get to roll and determine where that goes. And that's going to be either your weapons, your engines, your sensors, your reactors, or your structure. The main rulebook does not really indicate in detail how a ship gets destroyed, but the quick start rules and I forgot where else I saw it had rules for destruction, and that was in the quick start rules. It's if two of these areas are completely crossed out, and that's known as being crippled. So if your weapons are crippled and your sensors are crippled, the ship gets destroyed. Or if the structure takes the full amount of damage, it gets destroyed. Now, in the Admiral Rules pack, it went over if your structure gets crippled, every damage after that, you have to, at the end of the turn, I think, check to see if your ship gets destroyed or not. And that is done by rolling 2 dice, and if you roll equal to or I think it's equal to or under the number that you have over your full structure, the ship gets destroyed. So if you took all this damage and you have 5 damage that you've allocated over your structure, you roll 2d6, and if you get 5 or less, you get destroyed. I may be wrong. I think it's either over or under, but that's kind of how that works. You can also use reactor points to switch between armor banks when you're taking damage from the same ship. However, if you're taking damage from different ships, you can select which of the armor banks take damage. Aside from the fact that you take criticals when you get into the red spots, for every damage that you take over an armor bank, you start acquiring criticals as well. And these are the weapon batteries for the ship. So the Seeking Missile Destroyer, the one that I painted up here, which I really regretted because I'm not too fond of this ship. It's not that great. The regular destroyer is a badass, and I really regret not having played with that one. So it has the number of I guess shots that you take, and the arc. So F would stand for the front arc. And the front arc is basically this red line here and everything in front of it, like that. And then you have a turret, and a turret can see all over the place. Then you have a aft, which is the rear of the ship, as well as, oh man, there was another arc, D, which is directional. And that is actually measured from the green line here. You measure it out, and if you're able to cross paths with an enemy ship or a fighter, you can shoot it. And yeah, so that is basically kind of the gist of the cards. The game is really easy to pick up. I remember looking at it the first time, and I thought, oh man, this is daunting. It's just really complex. And it's not really. It's just explained in detail. Like the rules are really explained in detail, and that's kind of something I do with Crush Pop stuff, because I don't like people going, well, people are going to find ways to either break the rules or to find problems with it. And the rules are written in such a way that it prevents a lot of that from happening. So it's overly explained in a sense. It's just really thoroughly explained. But once you get the hang of it, I mean, you play your first game and it's easy, real easy. And it was really fun. So this was a 25 fucking minute video. I really apologize for the length of this video, guys, but I want to thank you guys so much for checking this video out. If you guys get a chance, check out Legends of Kalidasia. There's no reason not to try the free rules. It is a quick start that is available, I think, from direct from the website, kalidasia.com, as well as Wargame Vault, if you just search for Kalidasia or Legends of Kalidasia on Wargame Vault. But yeah, there's no reason not to check it out. I mean, it's free, and you can get a gist of the game. You can play a couple missions, and if you really like the game, you can support it like I did, and I will continue to support it because I'm a huge, huge, huge fan of creator content material, stuff that's produced by sole independent creators like myself. So yeah, just it really won a place with me, you know, and I do plan on playing this game quite a bit and supporting it, and you will probably be seeing some future videos as far as painting and bat reps and some sort of like tactic stuff, because there are a lot of tactics involved in this game. So with that, I will be showing off some more stuff in the future. I've got some Gormageddon content coming up, so stay tuned for that, and I will catch you guys in the next one. I hope you guys have all been great. I hope you guys have all been having an outstanding and fabulous beginning of 2016. I am very glad that you're all still subbed, and I look forward to producing more stuff and seeing more stuff from you guys. Love you all. You guys take care. Be good to each other, and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.